Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Shinrin Yoku, and Yurt Life, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Tuesday, February 6th, 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. A massive CME. Take a look at this halo CME off the backside of the sun. Good news, that was not Earth-facing. We are also facing record snow in Arizona. Holy macaroni. Keep calm. It's boom time. Atmospheric river drenches LA with record-setting rain, blasting the Sierras with 160-mile-per-hour winds. Can you believe those numbers? A wind gust of 162 miles per hour was recorded on Ward Mountain in Lake Tahoe on Sunday. And the ski area of Palisades, Tahoe saw gusts of 148 miles per hour. In Mono County, wind gusts peaked at 125 at Mammoth Mountain Summit. Holy macaroni. More than a foot of rain in parts of Southern California breaks records. Take a look. All the links will be below. As LA records, as of this moment, over 400 mudslides during a storm that has drenched Southern California. Let's take a look.
This has been a tough day for our city, a tough day for Angelenos. This is not the end. Please remain safe and off the roads. The city, again, and all of the first responders will be working around the clock to serve, and we will keep you informed as the storm continues.
Now, at approximately 2:45, LAFD resources responded to a river rescue operation in the Pacoima Wash at Foothill Boulevard. A bystander reported a man jumped into the flowing water in pursuit of his dog. Now, LAFD firefighters, including specialized swiftwater rescue, urban search and rescue helicopter crews, successfully rescued the resident and his dog in a coordinated operation.
We anticipate the rains for a couple of more days, but know that we are not standing alone in our city. I have been in regular communication with our governor. Vice President Harris has reached out to us to let us know on the federal level and on the state level they are there. They are with us.
Oh dear, that's the last person you want on your side, in my opinion. But our hearts and our prayers go out to those involved as the California storm, according to the fearmongers, produces a 1-in-1,000-year rainfall event. This is gaslighting beyond the extreme, and we'll tell you why in just a moment. Let's take a look at some of that flooding. Now, let's get honest here. A 1-in-1,000-year rainfall event would mean that it only happens once every 1,000 years, which would mean that this would break all records ever recorded because records started being kept in 1877 in California. The only problem with Sunday was just the third wettest February day, while tying the 10th wettest day since records began back in 1877. So no, it is not a 1-in-1,000-year record. It is a one in less than 100-year record because several of them have been much greater than what we just saw. So clearly they're lying, and for reasons that we're well aware of. They want to blame you for this storm when the facts say otherwise. This is not the wettest day ever recorded in downtown LA. That was, in fact, back on May 2nd, 1958. And those are the facts. More facts coming as the forecast intensifies to show 5 feet of snow possible in parts of Colorado. Unfortunately, those are just north of Pagosa Springs. Here you can see this color blue, very rarely seen, is over 48 inches, putting these regions at risk for heavy avalanches through Friday. So if you're going into the backcountry in the South San Juans where we are currently, please be safe. Here is that snowfall forecast for all of Colorado through February 9th. That's just the next 3 days. And you can see here 48 to 60 inches of snow for at least 5 high elevation peak areas in the San Juan Mountains. Here are the South San Juans and the San Juans. South San Juans look more likely to get that 5-6 feet of snow in just the next 3 days. Absolutely epic. Heavy rainfall and snow expanding into the desert Southwest. Flooding threat in Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Lingering heavy rainfall and mountain snow will continue across Southern California throughout the day today. However, the threat has begun to expand across portions of the desert Southwest. Damaging winds and flooding concerns and hazardous travel are possible, so heed the warnings. A wet pattern will bring heavy rain and the threat for flash flooding across Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands through Thursday. So if you're traveling there, it's going to be a soggy one. Click on your county and more information at weather.gov. Here is the snowfall analysis from the last 48 hours, and you can see only the highest elevations experiencing a foot or more. But that is soon to change in the Four Corners region as we showed you some of those models. Absolutely spectacular. Take a look at the desert Southwest here. 4 feet of snow predicted for some of the ski resorts in Arizona, while 4 feet or more that we just showed you predicted for the South San Juans. Absolutely epic. Let's take a look at the GFS model and move it through day by day so we can look at that snowfall expansion. Here is Wednesday, February 7th, the whole day, and you can see how much snow is going to fall west of the Continental Divide. Some areas 16 inches or more for the high elevations of Arizona, southern Colorado, and even into southern New Mexico. Take a look at Thursday through Friday. That snow is going to expand up into Canada, adding insult to injury and pummeling Arizona and New Mexico's high elevations with more snow. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, take a look, and we'll progress it through here. By early next week, Monday and into Tuesday, a nor'easter may clip the major cities of Philadelphia and New York, bringing heavy snow to the higher elevations of the central Appalachians, specifically in West Virginia. And thems are the models. Chile wildfire death toll raises to 131. Fires in Valparaiso, said to be the country's deadliest disaster since the 2010 earthquake. Another instance of having to pray for our fellow countrymen, albeit these are in Chile. The death toll from the wildfires that ravaged central Chile for several days has now risen to 131, and more than 300 people remain missing, making that epically worse, as the blaze appears to be burning themselves out. That is good news, but bad news for the death toll. Seismic update. No quakes of note worldwide. Quite a quiet pattern as we move over to worldwide volcano news. Reykjanes update. The area continues to swell, as you can see here on this elevation map. Over 50 millimeters of uplift just north and slightly west of Grindavik. So an eruption is imminent in this region, and the time is ticking. Samaru volcano explosions continue from the summit crater, albeit slight, and overall just normal activity all day, except for Stromboli, with above average eruption occurring earlier today. And here we can see the thermal of that boom. Clearly it was Strombolian, which was probably delicious. Reykjanes Ridge seismicity update. Another quiet period extending for the last 6 hours after a slight uptick, especially in the Reykjanes Ridge, not on the peninsula, but offshore. So clearly more magma moving up through the rift into this region, as we just confirmed the uplift north of Grindavik. Space weather news for February 7th showing, well, some activity during the day. We had a major M flare, long duration at M4.2, secondary M2.1, but nothing directed towards Earth. These are from sunspots that are either departing or just coming Earth-facing. And we've seen very limited activity from this major sunspot region, which magnetic complexity is quieting down. So the last major M flare coming from here, a sunspot facing far away from our planet. The good news is that there is no grid down scenario in our future. Although X flare potential still at 25%, that number is overrated in my opinion, and it doesn't appear as if any major flaring will be occurring anytime soon. Oulu Neutron Monitor. If you don't know about cosmic rays, back in 2010, we reached the cosmic ray maximum. The last sunspot minimum back in 2021, we did not go any higher, but that's because of the 1-2 coupling here. There's one solar cycle that is low and another one higher, and then it goes low and higher and a little lower, and so the next one will be much higher. The next cosmic ray count at solar minimum will be epically high, and we've reached solar max because we can see the cosmic rays have turned around the cusp from the minimum and they are now going back up again. You can see a slight slope here from below 0 to above 0 on average, peaking all the way up to 3 here back on the 2nd. So we are going to reach a new cosmic ray maximum in probably 4 or 5 years. The highest amount of cosmic rays entering Earth in modern times, maybe even the whole Holocene. Holy macaroni, let's take a look at that massive backside CME halo eruption. Boom! Right there. If that was Earth-facing, we would have an aurora party, folks. But thankfully, it's not headed our way. NASA announces new super-Earths or exoplanets orbits in the habitable zone. It's only 137 light years away, and we would all be dead if we traveled at the speed of light to get there. But I do digress, and I don't believe a word NASA says. Never a straight answer. Here's another fantasy, probably more gaslighting. Nuclear fusion reaction releases almost twice the energy put in. That would mean that all of the oil and gas industry is out of a job. So these people are either dead or lying. More automakers are being forced to rethink their EV plans because EVs are a waste of money and a failure and a pollutant towards Earth. Good news, they're actually shifting towards hybrid vehicles that still run on fossil fuels. Yeah, how do you like them apples? CNN makes drastic cuts to its staff as ratings slump, and it takes its toll. Well, that's because the mainstream media is fake news and nothing more than propaganda since Barack Obama's 2012 Smith Modernization Act, and they can all suck it, in my opinion. More bad news coming from rural preppers and those that are trying to survive and thrive in a natural environment. According to AT&T and the government of California, they're trying to stop the use of landlines completely in the state, and this may roll out across the country eventually, where people like Lee and I, who live in a valley that is free of electromagnetic pollution, no cell signals down here, no EMF whatsoever, we need and rely on a landline to have access to emergency preparedness, like EMS, ambulance, or even 911 and the sheriff's department. So this is simply an attempt to cut you out off of the teat of the system and to make you more vulnerable so that you may comply. It's absolutely disgusting, and I won't have any of it. And I'm pretty sure they're nowhere close to cutting off landlines in Colorado because the majority of us rely on them. Now, are you going to the Super Bowl or are you going to watch it on TV? Well, Joe Buck, who's been involved in the Super Bowl for decades, thinks there's going to be a Super Bowl 2024 quote-unquote mess in Las Vegas. Whatever that mess means and whatever inside information Joe Buck has, I would recommend you stay as far away as possible from the Super Bowl, the woke industrial complex. If you want to stay unwoke and informed, follow our Rumble channel over at Oppenheimer Ranch Project at Rumble. So just go to Rumble, put Oppenheimer Ranch Project in the search bar, and boom, you'll have access to our channel, which is growing day by day because of the uncensorable content that we put up here. The latest video, farmer protests spread and discontent grows. Pay attention. Something very strange is happening in Ireland, has just hit the airways, and we have almost 1,000 views. Go get some good content, subscribe, and support the work we do. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video as we are shadow banned. We need your help to grow. Become a Patreon, support the work we do, and watch all of our content in one place, commercial free. And head over to Rumble to watch some of the more spicy topics that we provide you there. We love you. Be safe. And that is a boom to knowledge.